getting to the core of strategic narrative, right? Just breaking it down into simpler parts. What kind of structure does it have? Right? Like I know you have a lot of conversations, dialogue, where like candid talks with founders whenever you approach them and advise them on the strategic narrative. So, if you had to tell that in a crux, and like if somebody can ask these sort of questions or apply this framework and just get started with your story. How would you define that to be?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've modified it over the years a little bit, but basically it comes down to the same 5 elements that I wrote about in that post you mentioned, the
Yeah.
greatest sales deck post. Uh, it's really the first and foremost as the foundation of the story. I'm asking the founder and the leadership team, like, what is this shift in the world that we believe in, and that our product is a reaction to, um, or another way to sometimes to frame it is like, what is the change in approach that we believe the winners among our buyers are going to take in the future. So a great example of this is Gong, which makes a software for sales teams, and they have this narrative. I think they'd agree came out of the work we did together. Uh, that was goodbye opinions, hello reality. They've simplified it
Uh-huh.
to just unlock reality. But that, hey, there was this old game that sales teams played called opinions, and now there's this new one that the winners are playing called reality, and we're going to help you. And we've built features and stuff for that, playing that game. So I'm always looking for, how can we define this in a way that feels fresh, that is old. Like we can't say, oh, now everybody's mobile. Like it's just, it's old news, right? So we need something that's a little sort of surprising, but also like, oh yeah, yeah, I see that. Um, then the next piece is what I call the stakes. So, yes, there's this shift in the world. And how can we make the case that this is about winning and losing, like basically life and death?
Yeah.
The most dramatic movies are about somehow life and death or close to it. We're talking about, company life and death or winning and losing. But how can we tie this shift to that? Again, a great example with Gong is so after talking about this goodbye opinions, hello reality, the first time Amit Bendoff, the CEO, presented it, he said, "Hey, look, if I were to ask you, why, what's the biggest reason you're losing deals? You know, what would be your data source to tell me that?" And of course, people would say Salesforce. And let's go look at Salesforce. Oh yeah, there's a data field there called loss reason. And but let's look at that data field. What are the inputs to it? Oh, it's a pull down menu that the salesperson might or might not fill out, and it has options like, oh, I wasn't in the zone, or
Yeah.
I just had an off day. Like it's it's very opinionate. Yes, we have data, but it's data that's basically opinion, right? So, and he's basically saying, hey, if this is what you're depending on, you're dead, because others are going to have this, this very, very clear view of what's happening. Um,
Yeah.
and so that's the second piece. The third piece is what I call uh, the object of the game. So we say there's this new game. Like what what do you have to do to win in this new game? Sometimes I refer to this as like the buyer mission statement. So, uh, one example of this for Zuora, they said, "Hey, turn your customers into subscribers." This is like a command form thing. Of course, that works really nice at the top of the website. It's like a great top of the website line. And then, of course, if it's really easy to achieve this buyer mission that the story is outlining, then, well, why do we need our product or anything? Obviously, so it must be hard. So then the rest of the story is really, well, what are the obstacles to winning and playing this new game and winning?
Yeah.
And then now we've set up, okay, well, here, let me tell you about our capabilities for overcoming those obstacles. So those are what I see as the 5 pieces of the narrative.